Romelu Lukaku agrees to rejoin Chelsea in £195,000 a week transfer as Blues and Inter Milan finalise £97.5 million move. Chelsea have agreed a £97.5 million deal for Romelu Lukaku, after they refused Inter Milan's demands to break the British transfer record. The Blues finally settled on the cash-only price for the striker after holding firm and refusing to cough up a further €5 million, around £4.2 million. That would have taken the price for Lukaku up to £101.7 million, which would have surpassed the record £100 million Manchester City splashed out on Jack Grealish last week. But the two clubs eventually reached an agreement after a week of haggling. Chelsea are hopeful of announcing the return of the Belgian on Monday. Lukaku has agreed a £200,000 a week contract to make the switch back to Stamford Bridge for the second time in his career. The Belgian had previously been on the books of the Blues between 2011 and 2014, between the ages of 18 and 21. There is a slim hope the deal will be done and Lukaku in England in enough time for the opening day Premier League clash with Crystal Palace. Blues owner Roman Abramovich has agreed to splash out the biggest fee he has ever paid after Thomas Tuchel made it clear the side needed a top-class striker. The German chief believes signing a Lukaku, Harry Kane or Erling Haaland type forward was the only way to mount a serious Premier League challenge this season. Having led Chelsea to Champions League glory last season, Abramovich has placed a huge amount of trust in Tuchel. In fact, the Russian billionaire trusts him so much so he has stumped up nearly 4 times as much as he sold Lukaku for in 2014. Edin Dzeko closes on Inter Milan transfer to replace Chelsea-bound striker Romelu Lukaku. Edin Dzeko is reportedly closing in on a move to Inter Milan. The Roma star could join the Italian champions to replace Chelsea-bound striker Romelu Lukaku. Inter are lining up the former Manchester City striker as a replacement for prolific goalscorer Lukaku. Dzeko is reportedly in the frame for a 2-year deal with Inter as they rebuild their attack. Inter have contacted Roma to open talks over a move for the 35-year-old striker. Dzeko scored 13 goals in all competitions for Roma last season, including 7 times in Serie A. The striker has big shoes to fill with Lukaku netting 30 goals for Inter last season. The Belgian star has decided he wants to return for a second spell with Chelsea and his exit is a huge loss for Inter. Inter are set to receive £97.5 million, but their financial restrictions mean most of the money is unlikely to be reinvested in the squad. Chelsea boost in Jules Kounde pursuit as Sevilla bid for Schalke's Ozan Kabak. Sevilla have identified former Liverpool man Ozan Kabak as a transfer target this summer, potentially helping Chelsea's move for Jules Kounde. Chelsea have been in talks to sign Kounde during this transfer window, but progress has been difficult with the Blues unwilling to meet his £68 million release clause. The La Liga side are looking for around £51 million, but that also appears too much for the European champions, who have been trying to pay less and include Kurt Zomer in the deal, but he is not keen on making the switch to southern Spain. However, Sevilla have now made a bid for Schalke's Kabak, and while their initial offer has been turned down, there is a good chance they can get him for a lot less than Chelsea will pay for Kounde. Fabrizio Romano reports that Sevilla have started their bidding for Kabak at €10 million, which has been turned down, but the German side will be willing to accept just €15 million. Kabak made 13 appearances on loan at Liverpool last season from Schalke, although the Reds chose not to make the move permanent. With a relatively cheap replacement in the offing and Kounde keen to leave the club, Sevilla may be an easier prospect in negotiations in the final weeks of the transfer window.